Someone had been in Michael's private space. Someone had left something, and Michael needed to know what it was. November 10th, 1996, 9:23 p.m. Sydney Entertainment Centre, Australia. Michael was 38 years old, middle of the History World Tour. He'd just finished Earth Song, emotionally draining performance. Had 15-minute break before Heal the World. He returned to his private dressing room, heavily guarded, only he entered. The room contained costume racks, makeup station, and his personal piano. Sitting on the piano keys, a cassette tape, clear plastic case. No label, no note, just a cassette. Michael stopped cold, his head of security right behind him. "Michael, don't touch that. We need to check." But Michael had already picked it up, turned it over. Nothing. Completely blank. How did this get in here? Michael asked, "I don't know. This room has been locked. Only you have the key. Security protocol said, don't touch unknown objects." But Michael looked at the cassette. Something about it felt familiar. The type of tape, the clear case, the blankness that suggested homemade recording. "I need to play this," Michael said. "Michael, we should check it first." "No, I need to hear it. Now." There was a cassette player in the room. Michael still used cassettes for demos, for ideas. He put the tape in. Press play. Static. Then a voice. A child's voice. Girl, maybe 7 or 8 years old. Singing. Michael's face went white. He knew this voice. The child on the tape, earnest and slightly off-key. "This is for Michael Jackson. My name is Aaliyah. I'm 8 years old. I wrote a song for you because I love you, not like a boyfriend. Like you're the most important person in the world. This is called Michael's song." Then she sang, a cappella, no accompaniment, just her voice. The song was simple, childlike, heartbreakingly sincere, about wanting to meet Michael someday, about practicing dancing like him in her bedroom, about how his music makes her feel less alone, about how she knows he's lonely too, and she wishes she could make him happy. The recording was 3 minutes, 42 seconds long. Michael listened to the entire thing, not moving, barely breathing. When it ended, he rewound it immediately, played it again. His security chief, "Michael, who is that?" "Aaliyah," Michael whispered. "That's Aaliyah Houghton. She's 17 now. She's a singer. She's incredible. You know her? I met her once. 3 years ago. Industry event. She was 14. But I've never heard this recording. I didn't know she felt this way about me when she was a kid. How did this tape get here? Who left it?" Michael's mind raced through what he knew about Aaliyah. 1987. Aaliyah is 8 years old, growing up in Detroit, obsessed with Michael Jackson. Practices his moves constantly. Dreams of meeting him someday. 1994. Aaliyah, at 15, releases her first album. Michael hears it, is impressed. 1995. They meet briefly at an awards show. Aaliyah is starstruck, can barely speak. Michael is kind but distant. He's polite to everyone, means nothing personal. 1996. Aaliyah is now 17, rising star, being called the Princess of R&B. If you are enjoying this story, please subscribe to support the channel. What Michael didn't know, that 8-year-old Aaliyah who recorded this cassette, she recorded it in her bedroom in Detroit, singing into a cheap recorder. She made it specifically for Michael, planned to mail it to him, but she never did. Got too scared, hid the tape in her closet, forgot about it until someone found it, and decided Michael needed to hear it. Michael's security reviewed footage. The dressing room had cameras outside the door, but not inside. Footage showed, between 8:45 p.m. and 9:15 p.m., only one person entered the dressing room, a woman mid-30s backstage pass, moving quickly in and out in 90 seconds. "Can you identify her?" Michael asked. Security rewound, enhanced. The woman's pass said, "Diane Houghton, family guest." "Houghton," Michael said slowly. "That's Aaliyah's mother." Aaliyah's mother left the tape, which means Aaliyah doesn't know about this. Her mother went behind her back. Why would she do that? Is Aaliyah Houghton in Sydney right now? His assistant checked. Yes. She's performing at a different venue tomorrow night. She's staying at the Park Hyatt. Get me her room number. I need to talk to her mother. Michael, you have to go back on stage in 3 minutes. After the show. Set it up for after the show. Michael returned to stage for Heal the World, but he wasn't fully present. He was thinking about the tape, about 8-year-old Aaliyah, singing to him in her bedroom, about child's love, pure, uncomplicated, asking for nothing. Every person who ever loved him purely was a child. The little girl at the Motown audition in 1968, the 10-year-old Emma Wright who asked him to marry her, and now, 8-year-old Aaliyah recording a love song in her bedroom. All children, all innocent, all before they knew better. And now they're all gone, grown up, moved on, or dead. The only love that ever felt real to Michael was love that couldn't last because it was built on childhood innocence. 11:47 p.m. Park Hyatt Hotel, Sydney. Michael, in disguise, hat, sunglasses, bodyguards at a distance, knocked on Diane Houghton's hotel room door. She opened it, saw Michael. Her face showed. She was expecting this. Mr. Jackson, she said quietly. Please come in. Diane was 42, elegant, protective mother energy. She'd been crying. You left the tape, Michael said. Not a question. I did. Why? Diane took a breath. Because Aaliyah doesn't remember recording it. She was 8. It's been in our house for 9 years. I found it 3 months ago, going through old boxes. And you thought I should hear it? I thought you needed to. Diane continued. Mr. Jackson, my daughter loved you when she was a child. Pure, simple, uncomplicated love. The kind kids have for their heroes. But she's 17 now. And her management, the people around her, they're circling her, controlling her. She's already been through things. Adult things. Things children shouldn't go through. Michael knew what she meant. The rumors about Aaliyah's relationship with Kelly when she was 15. The inappropriate marriage that was annulled. The exploitation. I can't protect her from everything, Diane continued, voice breaking. But I can protect her from one more person wanting something from her. I don't want anything from Aaliyah, Michael said, confused. I know, Diane said. That's why I left you the tape. Because you're the only person in this industry who would hear that 8-year-old's voice and not see opportunity. You'd see innocence. And maybe you'd understand what we lose when we let the industry take that innocence away. Mr. Jackson, Aaliyah doesn't remember being that 8-year-old who loved you. She's 17 now. She's been hurt. She's been used. She's learning to protect herself. And that means she's learning not to love purely anymore. Diane wiped her eyes. I wanted you to hear what she sounded like before the industry got to her, before she learned that love is dangerous. Why me? Because you're the only person who might understand what it's like to lose your childhood, to have innocence taken from you. And maybe hearing her voice at 8 will remind you of what we're all supposed to sound like before the world breaks us. Diane looked at Michael. I need to ask you something, and you can say no. What is it? Aaliyah is performing tomorrow night. Different venue. She doesn't know I'm here. She doesn't know I gave you that tape. Would you go see her perform? Not backstage. Not meeting her. Just watch her. See who she's become. And then decide if you want to know about that tape. Why wouldn't you want her to know? Because if she knows you heard her at 8 years old, singing that song, it'll embarrass her. She'll think you see her as a child. And she spent the last 3 years trying to prove to everyone that she's not a child anymore. Michael understood completely, because he went through the same thing, desperate to be seen as an adult, desperate to prove childhood was over. But if I don't tell her, then what? I just carry this, knowing that she loved me once, purely, and now she doesn't even remember? Yes, Diane said simply. You carry it, the way we all carry the people we used to be. November 11th, 1996, 8:30 p.m., different Sydney venue. Michael, disguised, sat in the back of a 5,000-person venue watching 17-year-old Aaliyah perform. Aaliyah was incredible, professional, polished, confident. She commanded the stage. But Michael, who knows performance intimately, saw what others don't. How controlled every move is. How calculated every smile is. How there's a wall between her and the audience. Professional distance. This is not the 8-year-old who sang from her bedroom. This is someone who learned to protect herself. Michael recognized it because he is it. Midway through the show, Aaliyah performed a cover. She chose She's Out of My Life, a Michael Jackson song. She sang it beautifully, but differently than Michael does. She sang it with distance, with control, with walls up. When Michael sings it, he cries real tears. Can't help it. The emotion overwhelms him. When Aaliyah sings it, she performs emotion, skill convincing but protected. And Michael realized she's learned what he learned. That real emotion is dangerous. That vulnerability is weakness. That you perform love, you don't live it. The 8-year-old who sang Michael's song would have cried during this song. The 17-year-old performs it perfectly and stays dry-eyed. After Aaliyah's show, Michael waited backstage. Her security almost didn't let him through, but when they realized it's Michael Jackson, they brought Aaliyah out. She was shocked. "Mr. Jackson? What are you? I didn't know you were here. I want to see you perform. You're incredible." Aaliyah, professional smile. "Thank you. That means a lot coming from you." Polite, appropriate, distant. Michael had a choice. He could tell her about the tape, about hearing her 8-year-old voice, about how she loved him once, purely, without calculation. But what would that accomplish? It would embarrass her, remind her of childish innocence she spent years outgrowing, or would make her feel exposed, like he knows something vulnerable about her that she doesn't remember. Neither helps. Neither heals. So Michael made a different choice. "Aaliyah, I just wanted to tell you, don't let anyone take who you are away from you. The industry will try. People will try. But hold on to whatever part of you is still yours." Aaliyah looked at him, surprised by the earnestness. Thank you. I'll try." They talked for 5 more minutes. Pleasant, professional, surface level. Then Michael left. He didn't tell her about the tape. Back at his hotel, Michael listened to cassette tape again. 8-year-old Aaliyah, singing about loving Michael Jackson, about wanting to meet him, about believing he could be happy if someone just loved him enough. Michael understood now. That 8-year-old was right. Michael could have been happy if someone loved him the way she did. Purely, simply, asking for nothing. But that 8-year-old doesn't exist anymore. She's 17. She's learned. She's protected herself. And even if she did still love him that way, what then? She's 17. He's 38. That's impossible. Inappropriate. Wrong. The only people who ever loved Michael Jackson purely were children. And children grow up. And when they grow up, they learn that pure love is naive, dangerous, foolish. So they stop. And Michael is left chasing something that can't exist. Adult love with childhood purity. The pattern of his entire romantic life. Diana Ross. He wanted her to love him like a mother and a partner. Impossible combination. Brooke Shields. He wanted her to love him without needing intimacy. She couldn't. Lisa Marie. He wanted her to love him without demanding he change. She couldn't. Because adult love requires things. Requires vulnerability. Requires risk. Requires equal partnership. And Michael never learned how to do that. Because the only love that ever felt safe was love from children who didn't know better. Michael wrote a letter. Not to Aaliyah. To Diane. If you like this story, please subscribe to support this channel.